Welcome to the Horn Activity Center here in Ephraim, Utah on the campus of Snow College. I'm Joe Williams along with Jacob Habel here to bring you Eastern Florida State Community College versus Utah State Eastern. Both these teams have played 2 games so far in this tournament, the Snow College Men's Basketball Invitational. Utah State Eastern has lost both their games so far in the tournament. They're 2-4 on the season. Eastern Florida won against Snow College in a blowout on Thursday night, but then yesterday afternoon they got destroyed by Salt Lake Community College.
Yeah, it's hard to call the Snow game a blowout when they lost by double that margin yesterday.
Yeah.
But that's what happened, so.
Right, in Eastern Florida State, I mean, when you look at the stats, it makes sense though, right? I mean, in their game against Snow College, they were shooting about 60%, 59.2. I don't know about you, but I would call that a really, really good game.
Absolutely, and they were taking the right shots, they were getting the man open, and all of their shots were falling. For Snow College, they weren't, and sometimes that happens.
Right, but then you look at their game yesterday against Salt Lake Community College, and I mean, they have half that. Their percentage there, 29.8%, literally half of the amount that they had in their game against Snow.
That's right, and you look at their starter, number 1, Jonathan Ned, was scoreless in yesterday's game. He's usually one of their big producers on offense. So
right, and in their game against Snow College, he had 14 points. Not a single basket fell for him yesterday. So, I mean, that's going to be one to watch. Let's go on to Utah State Eastern. They've lost both their games so far in the tournament.
Yeah, they had a close game on the first day of the tournament against Central Wyoming, losing by 4 points. So not entirely a blowout by any means. They were in the game, led for most of the second half, were unable to close it out.
Right.
Jeffrey Hunt scoring 4 of 10 from field goal range, 2 of 5 from 3. They shot 34%, so not fantastic, but it held them in the game.
Right.
But their game yesterday against, the day before against Lamar, they shot 46%. Their shots were falling.
Right.
They just were unable to, to capitalize.
Right. So this is going to be a very interesting game. We're going to see if Eastern Florida is able to bounce back after being destroyed by, what was the 39 points yesterday?
39 points, I believe.
39 points against Salt Lake Community College. We'll see if Eastern Florida can come back and beat this really talented Utah State Eastern team.
Absolutely. For me, honestly, if Utah State Eastern is going to get rolling, they need to get more production from their starters. Jeffrey Hunt is usually a big offensive key for them, scores a lot of points. Look for their big guy down low, Velko Illich. He only played 16 minutes in their game against Lamar. He's a starter. We don't see him on the court as much. He usually gets into foul trouble fairly early in the game.
Right.
Not many points down low, so if they're going to get rolling, they need him down low, and they need Christian Hafner,
right?
Their point guard. He's been a little iffy in the first couple of games, so if he can get rolling, then they can get going.
Utah State Eastern is also going to have to control Osai Osifo. He's going to be coming off the bench, but yesterday in the game against Salt Lake Community College, he had only 6 points, but all 6 of his points came from dunks down low. So being able to control him in the paint is going to be a challenge for the Eagles. So we are going to take a break here for a moment. Here in just a few seconds, we are going to bring you the starting lineups and tip-off. I'm Joe Williams along with Jacob Habel. Welcome back. We are going to bring you the starting lineups here, starting with the Eastern Florida Titans. So their starting lineup, number 0, Osai Osifo, the sophomore from McKinney, Texas. Next up, number 1, Jonathan Ned, the sophomore from Brentwood, California. Next is number 3, the sophomore from Michigan City, Indiana, Johnny Bernard. After that is number 4, the sophomore from Miami, Florida, Noah Lewis. And finally, the sophomore starting point guard for the Titans from Miami, Florida, number 23, Michael Starks.
And Michael Starks, he takes a lot of shots. Like we said yesterday, those shots just didn't fall, but if he can make those shots, then Eastern Florida will be looking good.
It's going to be a good game. Starting now for Utah State Eastern, number 0. Excuse me. We are going to wait for Eastern Florida to be done. That's the hard thing, is we're not able to synchronize our announcing with the in-house announcing, but the players come out with the in-house announcing as well. So that is the Eastern Florida State Titans in blue. Now for the Utah State Eastern Eagles in white, number 0, the freshman from Gresham, Wisconsin, Christian Hafner. Next, the freshman from Petal, Massachusetts, Donovan Avila Jr. The 24, freshman from Idaho Falls, Idaho, Dylan Sorensen. The freshman from Belgrade, Serbia, number 32, Veljko Ilić. Finally, the sophomore from the Czech Republic, number 33, Wojtek Ruzek. So there are the starting lineups. We're going to have a very, very interesting game here today, Jake.
Yeah, I'm excited. Get underway in just under a minute.
So the tip-off here for the Eagles is going to be Veljko Ilić, the freshman from Belgrade, Serbia. We're waiting for the Titans to send up their starter here. And they will have number 4, Noah Lewis. Excuse me. Looks like they are going to have, Noah Lewis will be tipping off. I can't read these Titans. Osai Osifo is going to be tipping off. Excuse me. So Ilić and Osifo to tip. 2 20-minute halves, and we are underway here in Ephraim, Utah. And the Titans take the tip. Here's Michael Starks, the starting point guard for the Titans, with the ball. Bringing it down now. He passes that to Jonathan Ned. Ned down into the paint, and the shot there by Johnny Bernard. Bernard, no good. Christian Hafner comes up with the ball. He passes that to Donovan Avila Jr. Avila. And a foul is called on Noah Lewis. So an early foul for Noah Lewis. But the Eagles will keep the ball down there on that end of the court. Inbounding now for the Eagles, number 24, Dylan Sorensen. Here's Sorensen looking for Avila Jr. Avila at the top of the key, and he looks down. No. He passes that out to the wing. Dylan Sorensen passing in. No, he passes that back out to Christian Hafner for the shot. Then the 3, and it is good for Christian Hafner. Hafner has 3 points, and the first bucket of the game falls.
We call that Jimmer range, Curry range, whatever you want. That was deep.
Whatever, I mean,
that was deep.
Yeah. Here's Michael Starks now with the ball at the top of the key. He passes that down to Johnny Bernard. Bernard looking, and he has Noah Lewis. Noah Lewis on the wing, back to Starks up top. And Starks with the dribble drive. And there's the layup, and it is blocked there by Dylan Sorensen. Bringing Avila Jr. out to Sorensen in the corner for 3, no. And it is rebounded by Wojtek Ruzek. Ruzek out to Hafner for 3. Hafner no good, and it is rebounded by the Titans. Johnny Bernard with the rebound there. Michael Starks bringing it down now for the Titans. Titans to Bernard. Bernard on the wing, and he's looking for a teammate down low, but he has nobody. Christian Hafner against Bernard there. Down to the corner, and that is no good. Rebounded by Osai Osifo. Osifo for 2, and he is fouled. So the foul there is going to go to Veljko Ilić of the Eagles. Osai Osifo will go to the line for 2. So far in this game, high energy. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, and that's what you'd anticipate from these two teams. It's the first game of today, but the last for them in this tournament, especially for Utah State Eastern, having lost the first two games, they're going to want to look out, come out strong.
Right.
High energy, quick movement, fast breaks.
And the second one falls for Osifo. So we are 3-1 here early in the first half. So the Eagles moving the ball around here. I just want to point out that Utah State Eastern, other than Snow College, they are easily the closest team to this tournament. They are based in Price, Utah, an hour away or so. Eastern Florida, easily the furthest team in this tournament. So I wonder if the effect that the high mountains here in Ephraim, that's got to have an effect here on these Titan players. So at the line now is Velko Ilic for the Eagles. First one does not fall. Here's Ilic's second. That is no good either. Osai Osifo with the rebound there. Michael Starks bringing it down now for the Titans. And a good pick there by Starks, and he is fouled. And the foul goes to Donovan Avila Jr. Avila Jr. starting today instead of number 13, Jeffrey Hunt for the Eagles. And another foul. I'll see what Christian Hafner with the foul there.
Yeah, an interesting choice from head coach Adalma Bichelli for Utah State Eastern, starting Avila Jr. over Jeffrey Hunt. Jeffrey Hunt, very productive yesterday. Perhaps they want to get him off the bench in the second half when their starters are feeling a little tired. Avila Jr. has been phenomenal in the first two games as well, so
right.
We'll see if it pays off for the Eagles.
So Johnny Bernard at the line there. Yesterday he was 1 for 2 from the line. So that was knocked out of bounds. The Eagles will take the ball. Inbounding now is Dylan Sorensen. Sorensen, and he's looking for Avila. Avila Jr. on the wing now, guarded by Osifo. Avila to Ilic. And a travel is called on Donval Avila Jr. So a turnover here. We are tied at 3. There's Starks to Osifo. Osifo to Bernard out on the wing. Bernard with the dribble drive passes that out, and that is good. No good for Noah Lewis. Rebounded by Donovan Avila Jr. Avila bringing the ball down now, passes that to Sorensen on the wing. Sorensen with the dribble drive. Up at the top there, no, but he passes that to Hafner. Hafner on the wing, and the pick and roll there, but he cannot finish the roll. So Avila now on the wing. Avila with the dribble drive up for the layup, and it is no good. Rebounded by Noah Lewis. Lewis to Starks. Starks bringing it down now for the Titans. And he passes that out to Jonathan Ned. Ned back to Starks. Starks against Donovan Avila Jr. here. Osifo here. He passes that to Johnny Bernard. Bernard for 3. No. Air ball.
Yeah, not very often that you see a ball miss the net completely.
Yeah. So Noah Lewis is going to check out, and Amar Tajanj is going to check in now for the Titans. So Avila Jr. will bring the ball down now for the Eagles. But another switch up in the starting lineup for the Titans. Amar Tajanj has started both games so far this weekend, but he did not start today. Noah Lewis started instead of him. And an off the ball foul on Michael Starks. Michael Starks with his first of the game. So 3-3 in team fouls. 3-3 on the score. Christian Hafner for 3. No good for Hafner. Rebounded there by Johnny Bernard. Bernard will bring it down now for the Titans. Bernard looking to go in, but he is guarded by Dylan Sorensen. Good defense there by Dylan Sorensen. Starks to Bernard. Bernard on the wing. To Johns now with the floater there. No. And it is knocked out of bounds by the Titans. So the Eagles will take the ball. Some amazing defense there from the Eagles.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, holding Eastern Florida to just 3 points 4 minutes into this game.
So Donovan Vila Jr. to Sorensen. Sorensen back to Hafner. Hafner up top, but he is double teamed. No, passes that to Avila. Donovan Vila Jr. with the dribble drive down to Elich. Elich, no good, and that is rebounded by the Titans. That was rebounded there by number 22 of the Titans, Chris Roth. So Caleb Price now with the ball up top for the Titans.
This is the earliest we've seen Price come into the game. Usually he's brought in the garbage minutes and with about 3 minutes left in the game. So
right,
early looks for Price.
So Dylan Sorensen with the ball. Caleb Price probably feeling real good. Him and Chris Roth both usually not brought in until late in the second half, like you were saying.
That's right, and for Roth especially, you know, they brought him in the second half yesterday when they were down by about 40 points, and I think he scored about 8 points in that second half. So
let's see, Chris Roth, he scored 7 points there in the second half only. He played 12 minutes.
Good steal from Price.
Caleb Price down to Jonathan Ned. Ned up, and he is some amazing defense there from Wojtek Ruzek. Way to avoid the foul there.
Yeah, hard to not go at the player, but he stood his ground and went straight up, and the foul wasn't called.
Hafner with the fake three there, and he missed the pass to Donovan Vila Jr.
Referee on the far end saying, I'm not open, I'm not open.
So Wojtek Ruzek checks out for the Eagles, and we will have a timeout. So we are going to take a break as well. Welcome back here to the Horn Activity Center. I'm Joe Williams with you, along with Jacob Habel here, bringing you the Eastern Florida Titans against the Utah State Eastern Eagles. So Caleb Price bringing the ball down now for the Titans. Caleb Price, he only had 3 points in the game yesterday, and the Titans come up with the ball in the scrum. And a push there.
Call on number 2
for the Eagles. Andreas Deckner. Deckner doesn't get a lot of playing time for the Eagles. So both teams, I'll bet their starters, their 6th and 7th men, all tired after 2 hard days of play there. So the Titans take the lead for the first time in this game. And that is knocked away by Johnny Bernard. The Eagles will keep the ball.
Strong effort from Bernard there, trailing Hafner, and got a hand on it, was able to tip the ball out of bounds.
Right. So inbounding now is Anthony Condi. Dylan Sorensen. Condi and Andreas Deckner are both in the game now for the Eagles. The Eagles have Wojtek Ruzek out there, along with Christian Hafner, Anthony Condi, Dylan Sorensen, and Andreas Deckner.
Shot clock down to 3.
Some amazing defense there by the Titans, and Wojtek Ruzek is fouled. Caleb Price with the foul there. So that will send Ruzek to the line. And another timeout. We will also take a timeout. Ruzek at the line now for the Eagles. We're just over 6 minutes in. Very low-scoring game so far for both these teams. The first one falls for Ruzek. And the second one is up, and it is good for Ruzek. So Wojtek Ruzek ties it back up at 5. Caleb Price acting as point guard now for the Titans. Passes that to Bernard. Bernard to Alves. Alves out to Roth. Roth for 3. No good. Rebounded there by Christian Hafner. Hafner bringing it down now for the Eagles. Hafner, he's working up top against Noah Lewis. Now Johnny Bernard guards the 3, but no good. Christian Hafner, no good from 3 again. The rebound there goes to Nick Alves. Johnny Bernard now in the corner, passes that up to Caleb Price. Price to the wing now to Chris Roth. Johnny Bernard out on the other wing. Caleb Price up top. The Titans passing it around as much as they can, and the Eagles defending the ball well out on the perimeter. He's got Noah Lewis. Caleb Price up top. Price with the dribble drive.
4.
Some beautiful defense there.
Yeah,
from
high
the
power,
Eagles.
high pressure.
That really solid lockdown defense. Don't allow anything. So Andreas Deckner bringing the ball down for the Eagles. Set to check in is Max Richards, the sophomore from Melbourne, Australia. Wojtek Ruzek up at the 3. Anthony Condi with the shot, no good. Some good defense there from Nick Alves. The rebound to Chris Roth. Roth with the ball now. Roth passes that to Price. Price to Bernard out on the 3. Passing it around out up top again. Johnny Bernard out to Nick Alves. Alves for 3 from the wing, and it is. And there's a travel there called.
Yeah, it looked like he wanted to take the shot, started to release the ball, and then perhaps thought otherwise, but it was too late as the ball left his hand, so it called on the travel there.
Andreas Deckner getting there right as the ball started to go, but.
One of the things that the Eagles defenders are doing very well right now is closing down the gap, right? We see the Eastern Florida player get open, but that gap is closed down fairly quickly by the Eagles defenders.
Yeah, and the Eagles able to double team and still cover all the men. And that is good for Andreas Deckner, his first points of the game. So the Eagles are up 8-5. With 12 minutes left in the first half. So Johnny Bernard bringing it down, and Marta Janj has checked into the game for Caleb Price. And Marta Janj on the wing there, no good from 3. And the Eagles will take the ball, goes out of bounds off the fingertips of the Titans. So Anthony Condi inbounding to Andreas Deckner. Deckner bringing it down. Andreas Deckner, the freshman from Stamps, Arkansas. You know, the funny thing about these junior college teams, like Utah State Eastern or our home college, Snow College, when these players from other states come in and they get offered scholarships to these places, and they say, you're going to be playing in Ephraim, Utah. Where? What is that?
Yep. Well, especially for players like Ilic from Serbia, Ruzek from Czech Republic. I think they're just happy to be in the United States playing basketball.
Amen. So Andreas Deckner tried for the 3 there, and it is no good. Chris Roth on the wing passes that up to Jonathan Ned. Ned back to Roth to Bernard. Bernard down to Tajanj in the corner for 3, and it is no good. Rebounded there by Anthony Condi. Condi will bring it down now. Anthony Condi, the sophomore from Saratoga Springs, Utah.
Look at him now!
So the Eagles passing it around now. Peyton Falslev in for the Eagles. And the foul on Chris Roth of the Titans. So Chris Roth with his first foul of the game. Nobody in too bad of foul trouble yet for either team, but both teams are getting rather close to the bonus as we approach the halfway mark in this first half. So the Eagles pass that to Peyton Falslev out on the wing. Falslev with the dribble drive and the floater, and it is good for Peyton Falslev. Oh, it is a foul called there for Peyton Falslev. Sorry.
Yeah, the defender was able to set his feet, so they called the charge on Falslev.
Yep.
Good heads-up play from the Titan defender.
A beautiful look there for Falslev, though. The Titans pass that to, oh man, 4 Eagles just descended on Johnny Bernard. That is no good for Osayo Sifo. So the Eagles bring the ball down now. Andreas Deckner against Osifo. Anthony Condi passes that out to Elich. Elich now looking for Deckner. Deckner for 3. And it is no good. Rebounded there by Velko Elich. Peyton Falslev now with the ball. Deckner out on the wing. Passes that into Elich. Deckner looking for 3, and he dribble drives in, and he is fouled. So Deckner will go to the line. The foul there goes to Amar Tajanj of the Titans. So the Eagles only 1 foul away from the bonus. Deckner now at the line. No good on the first one. Here's Deckner's second. At this time, I just want to thank you all for watching Snow TV. Snow Badger TV is the student-run organization here on Snow College campus. Directors, cameramen, producers, and on-air talent are all students of Snow College. We bring you all Badger athletics, as well as business seminars and convocation speeches. Tune in to Snow Badger TV on YouTube for all your Snow College TV action. The Titans passing it around now. Amar Tajanj looking for Michael Starks. Starks, and that is a beautiful save there by Anthony Condi, but Osayo Sifo comes up with the ball, and a new shot clock. Yeah, the Utah State Eastern looking for the shot clock. The shot clock was off there. So Michael Starks will inbound now for the Titans. Starks looking for Noah Lewis. Starks now with the ball. Mark Tajanj, and they're passing it around up top like they do. Michael Starks looking for the dribble drive, passes that out to Jonathan Ned. Ned no good. Osayo Sifo with the rebound. Ned again with the dribble drive, no good. Michael Starks with the dribble there, out to the corner, and Jonathan Ned, no good. And the Eagles are fouled in the paint. Osayo Sifo with an off-the-ball foul. Osifo with his first foul of the game.
Good ball movement from Eastern Florida, but even better defense from Utah State Eastern, contesting shots and making it very difficult for the Titans to get any good looks.
Osayo Sifo doing very well in his, he shot 60% yesterday from the field. He's a pretty good offensive scorer there, and only 2 personal fouls in the game yesterday against Salt Lake Community College. So the Eagles are up 10-5. And if you're Snow College watching this game, the Snow College men's team, it's kind of tough to see Eastern Florida State fall apart yesterday and today like this. And you're probably wishing, why couldn't you fall apart like this? Steal there by Falslev. Falslev out to Condi. They had the fast break, but Falslev decided not to go for it.
Anthony Condi pulled up. He's grabbing his knee. Might have hyperextended something.
Yeah, so Elich there. Passes that out to and Peyton Falslev for 3 from the corner. And it is good for Peyton Falslev. Falslev with his first points of the game. So Michael Starks bringing it down now for the Titans. The Titans pass that down into Osai Osifo. Osifo comes up with the ball. Marta Johns for three, no good. That is rebounded by Max Richards. Max Richards, another one of the players that was probably saying, "Wait, where's Price, Utah?"
Yeah.
He's from Melbourne, Australia. And the Eagles, little miscommunication there. Chris Roth will check in for Osai Osifo. Wojtek Ruzek will check in for Anthony Condi. Condi kind of favoring that right knee.
Yeah, he had an open shot. It couldn't decide whether he wanted to drive or take the shot, and he ended up tweaking his knee. So
we'll see if we see him again in the game. Anthony Condi, the sixth man for the Eagles. Michael Starks up top now. Passes that to Jonathan Ned. Ned out to Roth and that is up to Michael Starks. Michael Starks with the dribble drive. Passes out Marta Johns to Roth to Ned. Ned for two. And it is good for Jonathan Ned. Jonathan Ned with his first points of the game. No real clear leaders here for points for either team. Anybody who has points only has one bucket. Wojtek Ruzek with the cut. Velko Ilic with a beautiful assist there.
That's something that's been missing for the Eagles, that 1-2 combination between Ilic and Ruzek. And that time it ended up working out for him.
Both pretty big men, probably 6'7", 6'8", both of them. Both good down low players. Kick ball. Velko Ilic with the kick ball there. And we have a timeout called for Lamar, so we are going to take a timeout as well. Welcome back to the Horn Activity Center. Joe Williams and Jacob Habel here bringing you this really high-energy basketball game, but
low scoring.
Low scoring.
Good defense from both sides.
Yeah. The Titans just having real trouble getting their shots to sink. So the Titans will have the ball there. And that is stolen by the Eagles. Osai Osifo not able to keep his hands on that ball. So Donovan Avila Jr. bringing it down for the Eagles. He's got Velko Ilic. Ilic out to Max Richards. Back up to Wojtek Ruzek. Ruzek with the dribble drive. Passes that out to Peyton Falslev in the corner. And Falslev called for the two-point shot. He was just inside the line there. So the Titans passing the ball around on the perimeter there. Michael Starks with the ball there up top. Starks to Bernard. Bernard looking for Osifo. Osifo for two. It is no good. Rebounded by Donovan Avila Jr. That lockdown D, the Titans just can't seem to get around that. Set to check in now is Nick Elves for the Titan. Max Richards for three. No good. Osai Osifo with the rebound. Osifo only 5 rebounds in the game yesterday, but he led his team in rebounds overall. Donovan Avila Jr. picks up after the error from Johnny Bernard, and the foul is called on Michael Starks.
It looked like Avila might have just tripped on himself, but
That's what it looked
foul
like to
called.
me too. Right when he was going up for the shot there, but that'll send Donovan Avila Jr. to the line. Avila is the freshman from Petal, Missouri?
MS.
MS.
Feel really stupid right now.
So do I. Johnny Bernard for three, and it is good for Johnny Bernard. Bernard has 5 points in the game. That's his first field goal.
Mississippi.
Mississippi, Petal, Mississippi. So a travel is called on Donovan Avila Jr. Travel's something that it really plagued all the teams this weekend in this tournament. So Caleb Price checks in for the Titans, as well as Andreas Deckner and Christian Hafner for the Eagles. So in now for the Eagles is Wojtek Ruzek, Velko Ilic, Max Richards, Christian Hafner, and Andreas Deckner. In for the Titans is Caleb Price with the ball, Johnny Bernard, Jonathan Ned, Nick Alves, and Chris Roth. That is off the fingertips of the Titans, so the Eagles will take the ball there. Andreas Deckner will play point guard for the Eagles, and he'll bring it down now. Andreas Deckner, the freshman from Stamps, Arkansas. And Deckner for two, no good. And he got his own rebound for three, Christian Hafner, and it is good for Christian Hafner. Hafner has 6 points in the game, 2 threes. Johnny Bernard now bringing it down for the Titans. Passing it around, Caleb Price for three, no good. Rebounded by Andreas Deckner. Deckner with the fast break. Passes that to Max Richards. Richards for two, no good. And the Titans fighting for control. Nick Alves comes up with it. Nick Alves will bring it down for the Titans to the corner. Caleb Price up top. Chris Roth on the wing. Wing looking for Johnny Bernard. Bernard with the dribble drive for two. And it is no good, but Max Richards comes up with the rebound for the Eagles. Hafner will bring it down for Utah State Eastern. Out to Max Richards, into the corner. Andreas Deckner with the ball, the dribble drive. Velko Ilic out on the wing. Christian Hafner for another. And it is good for Christian Hafner. 2 3-pointers in a row. 9 points for Christian Hafner.
By far his best game of the tournament.
Easily.
And we're only in the first half.
Just under 3 minutes left until halftime. Stay tuned right here on Snow Badger TV for the halftime show. We will be bringing you stats from the first half, as well as a little bit more analysis as to what needs to change for the second half. So stay tuned for that. Christian Hafner for three. And, you know, the magic touch runs out sometime. And there is a timeout called by Eastern Florida. We are going to take a timeout as well. Welcome back to the Horn Activity Center after the timeout from Eastern Florida State. Joe Williams, Jacob Habel here bringing you this men's basketball broadcast. So the Eastern Florida State Titans will have the ball here. Michael Starks bringing it down for Eastern Florida. Jonathan Ned to Amar Tajanj. Tajanj looking around. He's got Michael Starks. Starks down low. Starks back out on the wing, and he is fouled by Andreas Deckner. So the Titans are now into the bonus. The next foul, they will shoot 1-1. Michael Starks has Jonathan Ned. Ned back to Starks up top. Passes that back to Ned. Ned to Starks down low. Passes that out to Chris Roth. Roth to Tajanj on the wing. Down to Starks. Starks to Nick Alves inside. And Alves called for the offensive rebound, or offensive foul.
Dylan Sorensen able to keep his feet set and draw the charge.
Yeah. So Nick Alves, that was his first foul of the game. So Velko Ilic passes that into Wojtek Ruzek. Ruzek hit bad pass there. Michael Starks with the steal and the layup, and it is good for Michael Starks on the fast break. Starks finally on the board with his first 2 points. Michael Starks, he was 3 from 10 from the field yesterday, 1 for 4 from the free throw, and 0 for 4 from the three-point line. He had a total of 7 points in yesterday's game. And that is good for Velko Ilic. Ilic finally on the board with his first 2 points. Yeah, Michael Starks, 7 points in yesterday's game against Salt Lake Community College, and he had 10 points in the game on Thursday against Snow College. The rebound there by Velko Ilic. Christian Hafner will bring it down now for the Eagles. Hafner with the dribble drive, but he stops there. Hafner against Michael Starks. Michael Starks, 2 fouls in the night, 2 points. Christian Hafner with the dribble drive. And he is covered very well by the Titans. Hafner for 3. No good. And it goes out of bounds. Eagles will keep the ball. Dylan Sorensen set to inbound now. Osayo Sifo checking in for Nick Alves of the Titans. Andreas Deckner to inbound here. He has Hafner out on the wing. Hafner inside the Velko Ilic. Ilic with the post. He finds Wojtek Ruzek. Ruzek with the 2. Wojtek Ruzek has 4 points. After the beautiful post up by Velko Ilic, he has Wojtek Ruzek down there.
You know, we've seen it before. The Ilic to Ruzek connection has been the go-to for the Eagles here in the first half.
From Serbia to the Czech Republic. So 1-1 now for the Titans. He is fouled by Christian Hafner. Hafner with 2 fouls in the game. So at the line is Michael Starks. He'll shoot 1-1. So if he makes the first one, he'll shoot a second. If he misses the first one, he won't shoot the second. 6 seconds left in the game, or in the half. So Velko Ilic with the rebound there. Christian Hafner. And a turnover goes out of bounds. So the Titans have 1.7 seconds. Just about enough time to inbound and take a shot. So inbounding is Amar Tajanj. Michael Starks, no. Andreas Deckner, no good. So that's the half. We are going to take a quick break. We will be back in 10 minutes with the halftime show. Stay tuned right here on Snow Badger TV. Welcome to the Horn Activity Center, your halftime show here. I'm Joe Williams along with Jacob Habel here. Just a kind of a painful first half to watch if you are an Eastern Florida State fan.
Yeah, scoring 12 points in one half is nothing to be happy about. Obviously, yesterday getting blown out by 40 points. They scored 24 in the first half, so
right.
Not going in the right direction for the Titans.
Yeah, so the Titans shooting 15% in this first half. But something that you pointed out a couple times over halftime so far was that Eastern Florida, they've taken more shots, but they've sunk. So they are 4 for 26 from the field.
Yeah, they're taking the right shots, but Utah State Eastern is doing a really good job of contesting those shots.
Yes.
We were talking about it earlier.
Yeah.
Having a double team on the guys around the perimeter so that all of those shots are contested. A lot of times Ruzick will step up from down low and cover on the perimeter as well. And so one of the reasons why those shots aren't falling, they're hard to make. It's hard to make a contested shot, especially against a guy like Ruzick, standing at 6'7". So
Wojtek Ruzick is let's see, I'm trying to find him here. Wojtek Ruzick, 2 for 2 from the field, 2 for 2 from the line, 0 for 0 from the three-point line, but that makes sense as a big, down low. So he has 6 points in the game, 3 rebounds, Wojtek Ruzick, 2 assists, 17 minutes so far. So he is definitely one of the Eagles' go-to guys down low.
Absolutely. A lot of assists coming from Veljko Ilić, too. We talked about that in the first half, the combination between Ilić and Ruzick with the backdoor pass. And so Ilić has been a little bit more calm in this game. He's kept his temper down a little bit, hasn't fouled as much.
Right.
He's on the board with 2 points as well, and so bigger game from him.
And the other thing that I want to point out is the Eagles, they aren't having an amazing shooting game either. They're only shooting 36% from the field right now compared to 15% from the Titans. This is really a defensive game so far. The defense, both sides, especially Utah State Eastern here in white, but especially them, they are defending very well. Neither offense seems to be able to get much going in terms of momentum.
Yeah, it's a very low-scoring game from both teams. With the exception of Christian Hafner with the 3 threes, he's got 9 points on the game. Everybody else really is not scoring a whole lot, and so I would expect to see much of the same in the second half, but we'll have to wait and find out.
Yeah, and that second half, it's going to be very interesting to see because, of course, Florida State destroyed the home Snow College Badgers by 24 points Thursday night. Yesterday, lost to Salt Lake Community College by 39 points. If you're a Snow College Badger fan, we're both students of Snow College. It's kind of painful to watch a team that blew us out like that lose so badly both times.
Yeah, and that's the game of basketball, right? This is a preseason tournament. Guys are, playing with each other sometimes for the first time in their entire careers, learning new systems, trying to figure out, how long can the starters go, how much time can the bench players give us, and so for Eastern Florida, it's disappointing, especially after a strong first game in this tournament, but it's understandable. And if you're the Snow College Badgers, you say, hey, anything can happen in any game. Yesterday, they lost by 4 to Lamar.
Right.
And so they've got a new chance today to prove what they're made of.
This afternoon, Snow College will be taking on Central Wyoming Community College. That game will be at 3 o'clock this afternoon right here on Snow Badger TV, so stay tuned for that. As well as Salt Lake Community College taking on Lamar at 1 o'clock this afternoon right here on Snow Badger TV. We are 52 seconds away from the start of the second half, and I just want to take this opportunity to explain what Snow Badger TV is. Snow TV is a student-run organization here on campus. Cameramen, producers, directors, and on-air talent. We are all students here at Snow College, and we very much appreciate everybody for tuning in. So we are 30 seconds away from the tip-off, from the start of the second half. So we are going to take a quick break until then, and we will see you right back here very soon. Christian Hafner. Hafner with 11 points in the game.
Good move from Hafner. I was expecting him to try and put up a shot when he got the defender to jump up in the air, but he didn't draw the foul, but he made the shot anyways.
Right. So Hafner, that was his first regular field goal. He was 3 for 3, or three three-pointers in the first half. And the Eagles will take the ball there. The Eagles lead by 18. So a flop warning there for Johnny Bernard. Yeah. Bernard not liking that, saying that the Eagles are just pushing him around a lot. So Donovan Avila Jr. bringing down the ball now for the Eagles.
Be interesting to see if, NBA or basketball referees called European soccer games, if they would call the flops on the on the soccer players.
And the foul there, no, that was on Johnny Bernard. Bernard with his first foul of the game. So Dylan Sorensen is set to inbound now for the Eagles. So Sorensen to Avila. Donovan Avila Jr. with the ball out to Wojtek Ruzek. Ruzek to Hafner. Ruzek has the pick set there. Down to Velko Ilic, and that is tipped away by Jonathan Ned, and well-defended play there. Jonathan Ned and Osai Osifo with the defense. Caleb Price getting the start here in the second half. How about that for the Titans? And Wojtek Ruzek with the defense there, and Amar Tajanj hits the ball out of bounds. The Eagles take it. Avila Jr. bringing down the ball now. So Dylan Sorensen looking for the three, but he did not take it. Hafner to Velko Ilic. Ilic to Avila Jr. Avila out to Wojtek Ruzek for three, no good. And the rebound there, Osai Osifo with the rebound. Osai Osifo had 4 rebounds in the first half, led his team in rebounds, only out-rebounded by Velko Ilic. Ilic had 5.
Hey, you was a second late, right?
So the foul there, Velko Ilic fouls. So the Titans will keep the ball. Jonathan Ned to inbound here. Amar Tajanj up at the top of the key to Michael Starks. Starks working it around. Jonathan Ned out to Starks on the wing to Caleb Price down low. Osayo Sifo not able to get up against Velko Ilic and Wojtek Ruzek. Michael Starks out on the wing. 4 seconds left on the shot clock for 2. No good. That pulled in by Velko Ilic. Avila Jr. looking for Dylan Sorensen in the corner. Corner for 3. No good. Velko Ilic with the rebound. Christian Hafner up top. Donovan Avila Jr. dribble drive out to Hafner on the wing. Hafner looking for Velko Ilic down low. And he finds Dylan Sorensen in the other corner, and it is good. Dylan Sorensen tried it from the left corner, not able to get it, and it is good for him from the right corner. Dylan Sorensen, he has 3 points. That was his first score of the game. So the Titans passing it around on the perimeter here. Jonathan Ned down to Caleb Price. Price to Osai Osifo. And Osifo steps out of bounds. The double coverage there, Velko Ilic and Wojtek Ruzek. And a timeout is called by Eastern Florida State. And we will keep talking here. Just a short timeout here. But how about that?
Yeah, 3 minutes, 15 seconds into the first half, and Eastern Florida still hasn't scored a basket yet. So we've seen the continued strong defense from the Eagles, being able to close out shots.
Yeah, and let's see, is that how many points scored for? 5 points scored for the Eagles here. We have the 3 from Dylan Sorensen and the 2. Who scored the 2 there? Was it Ruzek.
Christian Hafner had a
Christian
basket.
Hafner had a basket as well to extend the lead to 21 points. You know, Eastern Florida State, they're struggling here. Head coach Jeremy Schulman must just be really quaking in his shoes after being down so far in yesterday's game at both the halftime and at the end of the game, as well as in this game being down by 21 points early in the second half.
Yeah, and it's hard, especially for a player, when you're down by this much, you start to get a little scrappy, you know, you get a little frustrated with yourself, can come out in harder fouls, you know, not very well thought out passes. So for the Titans, they're going to want to stay calm, stay focused, run their offense, and hopefully they can chip this lead away.
Hopefully they're going to be able to get something going against this awesome Eagles defense. So Wojtek Ruzek and Donville Vila Jr. working the ball down the court now. Eastern Florida State looking, they've got the full court pressure now. Dylan Sorensen with the ball, passes up to Christian Hafner. Avila Jr. at about midcourt here. Hafner on the wing, and he does not take the three. Passes that to Avila. 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Christian Hafner for three with 2 seconds left on the clock. And that is rebounded. Michael Starks with the rebound. Cutting it close there on the shot clock. Wojtek Ruzek with the steal. Dylan Sorensen bringing it down now for the Eagles. Hafner down in the corner.
Nice little deflection from Avila Jr. That ball was headed out of bounds. Able to deflect it to Hafner.
So the Titans with the steal there. Caleb Price bringing it down. Johnny Bernard with the dribble drive and the floater. And it is good for Johnny Bernard.
First points in the second half for the Titans.
The Titans. Bernard has 7 points in the game. Donovan Avila Jr. bringing it down for the Eagles. Here's Dylan Sorensen up top. Passes that down to Velko Ilic. Ilic out to the corner. Travel is called on Avila Jr. Andreas Deckner and Anthony Condi set to check in. So Donovan Avila Jr. and Velko Ilic check out for the Eagles. So the Titans will take the ball. In for the Titans now, Johnny Bernard, Jonathan Ned, Caleb Price, Osayo Sifo, and Michael Starks. In for the Eagles, we've got Andreas Deckner, Dylan Sorensen, Wojtek Ruzek, Christian Hafner, and Anthony Condi. A steal there. No. Caleb Price gets it back. Johnny Bernard now with the dribble drive. And what is the call there? The Titans keep the ball. So Jonathan Ned set to inbound. He passes that to Johnny Bernard. Bernard for two, and it is good for Johnny Bernard. Bernard with 9 points, 4 points in this second half, the only points that the Titans have scored so far. So Andreas Deckner bringing it for the Eagles. Christian Hafner for three, and it is good. Christian Hafner pretty deadly from that wing three. He has 14 points in the game.
His fourth three of the game. He's been able to hit it from all spots on the floor.
Here's Johnny Bernard with the dribble drive. He's up again, and he is fouled. And the foul goes to Wojtek Ruzek of the Eagles. So that will send Johnny Bernard to the line. Wojtek Ruzek, that is his first foul of the game. Bernard will shoot two. And it is good on his first try. So chipping away at this lead, Utah State is ahead. Utah State Eastern is ahead by 19 points in this second half. And both of them fall for Johnny Bernard. Bernard has 11 points in the game. He has sunk three. He has sunk four foul shots. So a turnover there. Titans will take the ball. Michael Stark set to inbound. Johnny Bernard bringing it down now for the Titans. Bernard against Andreas Deckner. Bernard with some beautiful moves there for 2 from the foul line. And it is rebounded by Bernard. A perfect second chance point there. Johnny Bernard getting it done on the offensive line, offensive side of things for the Titans. And there's a foul called. Michael Starks with the foul. Michael Starks has 3 fouls in the game. So Andreas Deckner checks out, and Donovan Avila Jr. checks in for the Eagles. The officials wiping up a little bit of wet spot on the floor. Dylan Sorensen is going to inbound for Utah State Eastern. Avila Jr. with the ball now. Anthony Condi with the pick. Passes that out to Christian Hafner. Hafner against Starks to Avila Jr. Avila with the dribble drive. Passes that out to Dylan Sorensen and Christian Hafner for 3. And it is good. Christian Hafner's 5th 3 of the game. He has 17 points. Johnny Bernard with the ball for the Titans. So now Jonathan Ned down low. And there's a 2 for Jonathan Ned. Ned has 4 points in the game. And the Titans have scored 10 points here in the first 7 minutes of the second half. 12 points total in the first half. Dylan Sorensen throws that one out of bounds. So the Titans will take the ball. Jonathan Ned is going to inbound here. So the Titans really turning this around offensively, nearly doubling their score in half the time. Johnny Bernard against Anthony Condi. Michael Starks now with the ball against Dylan Sorensen there on the wing. Jonathan Ned with the dribble drive. Passes that out to Johnny Bernard. Bernard with the drive, and he is fouled. So that foul goes to Anthony Condi of the Eagles. Condi with his first foul, no points in the game. Michael Starks inbounds that to Johnny Bernard. Bernard has, that was Jonathan Ned down low, but Dylan Sorensen strips it and comes up with the steal. Avila Jr. with the ball now for the Eagles. Wojtek Ruzek with the ball out to Christian Hafner on the 3. That is 6 threes for Christian Hafner. He is on fire.
When you're on, right? And
yeah.
I mean, at this point, they're up by 20. Just give the ball to Christian Hafner.
Why not? If he misses, which I don't think he will anymore. And that is good for Osai Osifo. Osifo with only 3 points in the game.
That's got to feel good for Hafner, too. He's had a couple of struggles early on in the first 2 games of this tournament. He's their starting point guard, and it's nice to have that breakout game to prove to yourself, not just to the rest of your team, but to yourself that, hey, I can stick around, I can play, I can put up points.
And that's really nice when you have a point guard who will share the ball as well as score the
Big
ball.
block. Wojtek Ruzek. The check.
So Christian Hafner with the ball here. Hafner acting more like a small forward or a shooting guard rather than a point guard. 0 assists in the game, but he has 20 points. Excuse me. That is good for Johnny Bernard. Bernard has 15 points.
It's another errant pass from Dylan Sorensen.
So Velko Ilic is set to check in now, and Wojtek Ruzek will come out for the Eagles. So the Titans have shortened this back to the halftime lead of 16. here are the Titans. Michael Starks passing it around up there. Nick Alves passes that to the corner there. In the corner, that's Robert Hardy. Hardy with his first point, with his first minutes of the game. And a timeout is called. So we are going to take a timeout as well. Welcome back to the Horn Activity Center. Joe Williams and Jacob Habel bringing you this men's basketball broadcast. The Eastern Florida State Titans are set to inbound now. They're taking on the Utah State Eastern Eagles. And that is good in the corner from Robert Hardy. So Donovan Avila Jr. bringing it down for the Eagles. Anthony Condi with the ball there. And the call is on Donovan Avila Jr., an offensive foul. His second foul of the game. So the Titans have shortened this to a 13-point lead. The Eagles led by 16 at halftime. They're about halfway through this second half. Nick Alves for two. No good. Rebounded by Velko Ilic. Ilic hands that to Donovan Avila Jr.
We haven't seen Jeffrey Hunt come in for the Eagles yet. He was with their starter yesterday.
Right.
No minutes in this game so far. With the lead as big as it is right now, kind of surprised that he hasn't come into this game yet.
You know, and I don't even see Jeffrey Hunt dressed over here on the Eagles bench. So I'd be surprised if we see him at all in this game. So it is out of bounds, but the Eagles will keep the ball. So checking in, Max Richards checks in for Dylan Sorensen for the Eagles. Max Richards set to inbound here. Peyton Falslev for two. It is no good. Pulled in by Michael Starks. Starks passes that out to Amar Tajanj. Some good D here, but you can tell these Eagles are getting tired. Amar Tajanj for three. And it is good for Amar Tajanj.
Banked it in off the glass.
That cuts it to a 10-point lead. Tajanj with his first points of the game. So whatever head coach Jeremy Schulman is telling the Titans.
Like a blocking call there.
Nick Alves is called for the foul.
Good hard drive from Avila. Unable to get the bucket to fall, but he's going to be shooting two.
Yeah, but like I was saying, you can tell these Eagles, they are tired. That hard defense that they were playing through the entire first half. First one, no good for Avila Jr. That hard defense really wore him out. And Jeremy Schulman is really pushing the energy of the Titans. The second one falls, so the Eagles lead by 11. Michael Starks bringing it down now for Eastern Florida State. Robert Hardy passes that back to Starks. Hardy, dribble drive. And it is knocked away by Peyton Falslev. Avila Jr. loses it. The Eagles, the coach over here is saying, whoa, 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 stop, set up, play our game. In the corner there, back up to Avila. Avila from the foul shot line, and Avila, that is good for 2. Avila has 2 points in the game. Robert Hardy out on the wing, back to Starks up top. Titans passing it around. The Titans doing really well there, and the shot is good. Jonathan Ned for the corner 3. 10-point lead now for the Eagles. Max Richards down low. Avila Jr. guarded by Michael Starks. Starks with some good defense there. The Titans are all over this Eagles offense. And that is good. Peyton Falslev for 2. Falslev has 7 points in the game. 8 points in the game, excuse me. Robert Hardy with the ball. Nick Alves for 2. No good. Rebounded by Donovan Avila Jr. And Avila will bring it down now for the Eagles. Velko Ilic with the ball there. He sets the pick. Anthony Condi to Peyton Falslev. Falslev. He has Ilic. Ilic with the ball there. Max Richards out on top. Velko Ilic, 5 seconds left on the shot clock. Ilic for 2. And it is good for Velko Ilic. He has 4 points in the game. Michael Starks bringing it down. 14-point lead for the Eagles. The Eagles are in white and the Titans are in blue. Jonathan Ned for 3, no good. Rebounded there by Robert Hardy, and a foul is called. Max Richards on the foul there. That is Richards' first foul of the game. Max Richards, the sophomore from Melbourne, Australia.
Melbourne, very well known for the Australian rules football sport in Australia. Had the opportunity to play that game. There are a lot of similarities actually in the skill set between Australian football and basketball. Lots of long reach opportunities in both games. The quickness, so perhaps Max, an Australian football player, back at home, using those skills to play basketball here in the United States.
Johnny Bernard is called as the foul there. You know, and that's something that you see in the NBA with especially Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons has a lot of those Australian football, long reach, quick reflexes. Velko Ilic posting up there against Jonathan Ned, but it is no good, pulled in by Amar Tajanj. Amar Tajanj, the freshman from Sarajevo, Bosnia. Johnny Bernard with the ball there. And that is knocked away by Donovan Avila Jr. So the Titans will keep the ball, 16 seconds on the shot clock, and we are within 6 minutes left in the game. Jonathan Ned inbounds out to Johnny Bernard. Bernard with the post up, and second chance point there, Jonathan Ned, and it is good. So let's see, that is Wojtek Ruzek. He's just tying his shoe. Don't worry, he's just tying his shoe there.
Hey, Max.
So the Eagles will have the ball here.
Press break. Press break. Press break.
Anthony Condi inbounds that to Donovan Avila Jr. The Titans still with that full court lockdown D. And Robert Hardy is called for the foul. That is Hardy's first foul of the game. He has 1 3-point shot and 1 foul. Inbounding now for the Eagles is number 22, Max Richards. You know, you don't really get a sense. We're here on the sideline table, we don't really get a good sense of how tall these guys are until somebody like Max Richards comes right there, right in front of us, and just shows us how tall they really are. Christian Hafner passes that out. Max Richards for three. Richards sinks the three. He has 5 points. His first field goal of the game. Johnny Bernard now on the wing. He's against Christian Hafner. We're approaching 5 minutes left in the game. Robert Hardy and Michael Starks are passing it around there. And that is no good for Johnny Bernard, rebounded by Wojtek Ruzek. Avila Jr. bringing it down for the Eagles. Condi with Hafner. Hafner looks for the three, but he doesn't take it. Richards here on the wing. Richards pick there by the attempted pick and roll between Max Richards and Wojtek Ruzek. Velko Ilic is set to check in. And the foul is called on Jonathan Ned of the Titans. Velko Ilic checks in for Anthony Condi. Chris Roth and Osai Osifo check in for Johnny Bernard and Robert Hardy of the Titans. Donovan Avila Jr. set to inbound. And a moving screen is called on Velko Ilic. His third foul of the game.
Hey, we gotta get it back! Get it back!
So Utah State Eastern leads by 15 here. We're under 5 minutes left in the game.
Find somebody good back!
For three, Chris Roth, no good.
Eagles fortunate that ball didn't fall in. That's one of the few times that we've seen an open shot for a Titan player. Usually the Eagles are very good at closing down the space and making that shot a contested one.
Velko Ilic was trapped there, so the Eagles call a timeout. We are going to take a timeout as well. Welcome back to the Horn Activity Center in Ephraim, Utah on the Snow College campus here. Wojtek Ruzek sets inbound for the Utah State Eastern Eagles.
Lead, Max, lead! Leave it, come back, Christian, leave it, come back!
Ruzek and Donovan Avila Jr. passing it back and forth to bring it down. Hafner with the ball. The Titans really keeping them out as far away from the basket as possible. Avila dribble drive there. No good. It is hit out of bounds by the Eagles, and the Titans will take the ball. 4 minutes left here in the game. So Jonathan Ned is set to inbound for the Titans.
No roll, no roll, no roll.
Here's Michael Starks now with the ball. Starks down to Ned. Ned to Osifo. And Osifo is fouled by Velko Ilic.
That's Ilic's fourth foul of the game.
And we talked about this in the pregame, that Ilic, he's had a tendency this weekend to get into foul trouble early in the game. Luckily, though, he's been pretty good this game to wait until these last few minutes to start fouling.
Yeah, this is by far the most minutes he's played in this tournament.
Oh, yeah.
Most points he scored two with the two baskets. So a little bit more production from Ilic. He's had the couple assists down low to Wojtek Ruzek as well. He's sitting at 4 fouls right now with about 4 minutes left, so we'll see if...
Osai Osifo, not an amazing foul shot shooter. He's shot 1 for 5 in both the other games here this weekend. So Christian Hafner passes that down to Velko Ilic. Ilic to Max Richards out on the 3. Richards with the dribble drive, and we are going to have a jump ball. Oh, excuse me, a turnover. So Jonathan Ned will take the ball. Dylan Sorensen is subbing in for Max Richards. 3 minutes and 40 seconds left in the game. Michael Starks with the ball there. Amar Tajanj for three, no good. Chris Roth with the rebound. Michael Starks for three, no good. Rebounded by Osai Osifo. Osai Osifo with the foul and the turnover. So Osai Osifo, 2 fouls in the game. And 7 fouls in the team in this second half. Dylan Sorensen at the line to shoot. Dylan Sorensen is a freshman from Idaho Falls, Idaho.
Head coach Jeremy Schulman from Eastern Florida not very pleased with that call. Thought that Sorensen had flopped.
And flopping is something, especially in the game yesterday, Eastern Florida against Salt Lake Community College. The refs were giving out a lot of flop warnings.
Yeah, they're not taking any nonsense. You know, if you get hit hard, they'll call the foul, but none of this European business where you can just fall over and get the call.
So Dylan Sorensen sings both of those. Michael Starks out to Amar Tajanj. Tajanj for three, and it is good for Amar Tajanj. Tajanj has 2 threes in the afternoon, 6 points. Dylan Sorensen with the ball now. We're approaching the 3 minutes. Velko Ilic out to Dylan Sorensen. The Titans lock down D. Christian Hafner up at the top. Hafner has 6 3-pointers, excuse me. 1 2-pointer for 20 points. Dylan Sorensen for 3. He was off balance there. Not a beautiful shot. Marta Johns passes that out to, and it is tipped away by the Eagles. Christian Hafner with the ball to Avila Jr. And the block there, Osai Osifo with the block.
That's a big man block, getting the ball stuck on the backboard. Full extension. Very athletic play from Osai Osifo as they get the basket on the other end.
So the Titans are single-digit lead now for the Eagles, 9 points. And a 10-second violation is called on the Eagles. So the Titans will take the ball on the turnover. Titans, 9 points, 2 minutes left in the game. Not impossible.
No, it's definitely possible for the Titans to come back. We've seen Utah State Eastern lead late in the game and end up losing to Central Wyoming. So this game is far from over. Utah State needs to continue with that hard defense that they showed us in the first half, closing out shots, making those shots contested.
And, I mean, Utah State really, Eastern, they really need to keep pressing even with that full court lockdown D that the Titans are playing right now.
And Christian Hafner, he has 20 points on the game, but we haven't seen him touch the ball a lot in the last 5 to 6 minutes. So look for them to get the ball to Hafner, too, to extend their lead.
Right. Hafner is their starting point guard, but, excuse me, they are down by 11 points, not 9. Our producer, Gary Chittister, just let me know about that. Sorry, we're
right. You're a broadcasting major.
Yeah, we're broadcasting majors. Right? Yes, exactly.
Or a geography major, apparently.
Yeah, no, Gary came down during halftime and gave me a bit of a hard time for not knowing the abbreviation for Mississippi, which is MS. I know that now. MS is Mississippi. So the timeout is over here. We are 2 minutes, 12 seconds left in the game. The Titans will have the ball here after this timeout. Chris Roth set to inbound. Michael Starks with the ball here. He brings it across midcourt. Starks to Roth. Roth back to Starks. Roth for 3. No good. Rebounded by Dylan Sorensen. Avila Jr. with the ball here. Hafner with the ball. Dylan Sorensen looks for the three. Down to Wojtek Ruzek, and it is good for Ruzek. He has 6 points. Michael Starks with the ball here. Titans passing it around. Starks up top. Out to, that is Amar Tajanj. No good for Tajanj. Rebound there by Osayo Sifo. Sifo for 2, and it is good.
It seems that the trend in the second half for the Titans, they've been a lot more productive down low in the paint, but still not getting those threes to fall. One of the reasons why they're trailing by 11.
So the Eagles working the ball around here. Hafner with the ball. Hafner. He had the pick there set by Velko Ilic. Hafner for 3. No good. Rebounded by Ilic. Ilic down to Hafner. And Hafner down at the baseline, but he does not take a shot. Avila. 45 seconds left on the clock. Avila. And he is fouled.
I understand why they're fouling, but to be honest, I don't like that. You're down by 11 with 43 seconds left, and you're going to send them to the line. Usually that's something you do. You know, we see teams that are down by 5, 6. They still feel like they have a chance to come back in the game. But at this point, down by 11, under a minute left.
Right.
Just let the boys play. I don't know. I don't like that call I don't like that foul from Michael Starks.
Michael Starks, 4 fouls in this morning. Donovan Avila Jr., and that is good. He's shooting 1 and 1. He made that first one, so he'll shoot a second. That's how the bonuses work here. So here's Avila's second shot, and both of them are good. 13-point lead for the Eagles. Michael Starks down to Ned. Ned out to Bernard. And Christian Hafner with his 3rd foul. So that will send Johnny Bernard to the line to shoot 1 and 1. 37 seconds left.
Both teams fighting hard to the end.
The referees talking it over down there. The official going to come over and confer here for a moment. We'll wait for the call here. So Christian Hafner is called for the foul. Johnny Bernard is shooting 1 and 1. If he makes the first one, he'll shoot a second. And it is good for Bernard. 12-point lead for the Eagles.
Strong offensive outing from Jonathan Bernard. He's got 16 points.
And this is shooting for his 17th. And it is good. 17 points for Bernard. The next offensive producer for the Titans, Jonathan Ned, for 9 points. Bernard with the steal there, and Michael Starks with the tip in after Johnny Bernard's shot. Shot clock is off. 25 seconds left in the game. Hafner is fouled by. Oh no, they call a timeout there. So we are going to take a timeout here. 23 seconds left in the game. and Jacob Habel with you here on Snow Badger TV. So the Utah State Eastern Eagles against the Eastern Florida State Titans. 23 seconds left in the game. The Eagles lead by 9.
Like I said, I'm no basketball expert, have never coached a team and only played 1 year in high school, but I really don't understand this strategy from the Eastern Florida Titans. You're down by 9, just over 20 seconds left. You're playing full court press, fouling, sending to the line like it's a 2-point game. This is urgency that we wanted to see from them in the first half that wasn't there.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. If they had played with this sort of energy, Donovan Vila Jr. shooting now, but if the Titans had played with this energy, this tenacity in that first half, maybe they wouldn't have gone into halftime down by 16 points. So Johnny Bernard with the ball here. Bernard for 3. No good. And Avila Jr. comes down with the ball.
That's a good ball, Rick. That's a good ball.
Yeah, and like I said, you never want to give up, right? You fight until the clock is at 0, but at this point,
14 seconds left. You're down by 11.
I don't understand.
Yeah. So Avila Jr. will be back at the line to shoot.
That's Stark's 5th foul of the game as well, so
he's pulled out. Caleb Price checks in for the last 14 seconds of the game. The first shot is no good. So now that they have 10 fouls, the bonus is 2 shots automatically instead of 1 and 1. And the second one is good for Avila Jr. Johnny Bernard with the ball again. He's been a major production on offense. Amar Tajanj, no good. Johnny Bernard for 3, no good. And he is fouled.
Interesting decision there from Wojtek Ruzek. Going up to try and block a 3-point shot has ended up, he gets the foul call there. You're up by 12 points, 6 seconds left. Why are you even contesting that shot?
Right. So Johnny Bernard has sunk 4 free throws so far in the game, 5 free throws there. So he'll shoot 2 more. The Eagles lead by 11. Second one is no good. 6 seconds left in the game. So the Titans are getting ready to head back to Florida, 1 and 3 from this tournament. And Utah State Eastern will head, 1 and 2 from this tournament. Utah State Eastern Eagles will also head home, 1 and 2 from the tournament as well. And there's the end of the game for Snow Badger TV. I'm Joe Williams, along with Jacob Habel. Stay tuned here. We will be bringing you the Salt Lake Community College Bruins taking on the Lamar Community College Antelopes at 1 o'clock. So stay tuned right here on Snow Badger TV. Until then, have a good afternoon.